all the way through. I've been, under the care of rheumatology departments wherever I've been living, and I've been put on a very expensive new drug, it costs about £10,000 a year per patient. A forum online for people with arthritis, and that's been going years now. And the threat, and because it's worldwide, a lot of the threads that are talking about the new biologic drugs, a lot of them are going, will your insurance company cover the cost of this? Which ones will they pay for? Which ones won't they pay for? And there's a whole tier of stuff that they have to think about. They have to try and convince their insurance companies that it's worth funding that particular drug. Whereas here in the UK, if you qualify medically, you get it. Well, pretty much. I mean, there's a bit of a postcode lottery thing with it's easier to get in some areas than others, but it's just so different than having to, be in fear that the insurance company are going to stop the funding. I have a friend of mine who, again, is somebody else who's got a lot of bad arthritis, and she was in hospital for a year because she got an infection in one of her joints and had to have all sorts of stuff done. And she was, lying down for months and months and months and couldn't walk and couldn't do anything. And the only reason that she can walk again now is because when she was recuperating, they took her down to hydro every day, and it was the thing that did it for her. And then she kind of started to get wind of there was a thing that a questionnaire that went round to the patients who were attending hydrotherapy saying, how far would you be prepared to travel for hydrotherapy services? Would that be 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles? Then she heard via some people who worked at the hospital that the fracture clinic, which is a very busy clinic, wanted to expand, and they had their eye on the space that currently the hydrotherapy pool is on. She caused a bit of a stink about that and got in touch with the radio and wrote a few letters, and they came back saying no, it's not being closed. But they didn't say the pool isn't being closed. They said we have no plans to stop offering hydrotherapy services. They pinned up on the notice board in the hydrotherapy of various pools, public pools
that you can go and splash around.
Yeah, fair enough. And one of the things that Claire did was she went round to all of these pools that had been recommended and wrote a report of why it was absolutely impossible for disabled people to make use of these pools. From the fact that there were steps going down with no handrails, there were no hoists to get people into the pool. The water was far too cold.
Yeah.
The changing rooms were totally unsuitable. Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it is, because you've got really warm water. It gives you the freedom to move about. I mean, one of the things with arthritis, if you're having a flare-up, you kind of sit rigidly, and everything's in pain. Moving is painful. And to get in a warm, supported environment where you can kind of relax and move your arms and legs around is a pain relief in itself. Because often a lot of the pain that comes is because of stiffness and not moving freely.